HuHa to Ha!
Hello, my name is Bing, and this is HuHa's Heroes of Animation. This episode's a little bit different, and it's about a project that's a lot closer to home for me, a series called EddsWorld, created by Edd Gould, who was a good friend of mine. The phenomenon that is EddsWorld has amassed over 635,000 subscribers on YouTube and over 120 million video views.
This camera's gonna change our lives forever.
Tom, how much did that cost?
The price isn't important, Ed. What matters is that this camera's gonna change—
How much did it cost?
Ed, by the time we're done, this baby's gonna pay for itself.
EddsWorld started as just one guy creating crude animations on his own in his bedroom and involving his friends when he could. From there, it grew first within the animation community and then to a global community of followers and fans. With the passing of the show's creator, Edd Gould, the torch was handed to his friend Tom Ridgewell to continue making the series. Tom, also known as Tomska, has over 2 million subscribers on his own channel and 400 million video views with successful animated series such as Astuf Movie.
I like singing. I like dancing.
I like trains.
Now he takes on the role of showrunner for EddsWorld alongside a team dotted all over the globe. So I'm going over to my friend's house to find out the whole story of EddsWorld. Hello there.
Welcome to the party.
Let's go up to your office.
Let's. These are all real.
No, they're not.
Yep.
I know that they're not. You can't lie to me.
They're made of matter, and that's real enough. This is the little box of EddsWorld.
Yeah.
Here, you've got...
So this is Ed's shelf.
Yes, this is basically Ed's shelf. It's where his stuff gets dumped. These are all of his old sketchbooks. Not even all of them. I don't know where some of them are. I think you stole them.
Also, Ed hangs out here.
Yeah. The thing about like the remains in the box is I never know how flippant to be about them, because obviously it's a horrible thing, but we're comedians, so we make jokes about things.
I think Ed would be flippant about it.
Yeah, I think he'd appreciate the humor in it, but he'd just be silently disappointed in the terrible jokes.
No.
Like, it wouldn't be like we're making light of the issue, it'd just be the quality of the joke
Yeah.
that would upset him.
No, he would want it to be the best joke.
Yeah.
What?
I think I was about 12 years old back in around 2002 or 2003 where I first discovered EddsWorld, and it wasn't EddsWorld then, it was just this guy, Edd Gould, making these stick animations that were just rubbish, really, but I didn't know that. I was 12, I thought they were amazing.
Madness. This is Sparta!
And so I would message him as a fan and be like, I love you so much, and he was just like, go away, and I would send him fan art, which was just like, you know, basically traces of his stuff, and eventually he started talking to me, and we became friends after that.
I did not make friends well when I went to secondary school. Pretty much everyone in my class was bullying me, which is not a lot of fun, not making many friends, and one of my teachers noticed that I was actually making friends with someone, so after Easter they moved me into that person's class, and it was Ed's class. It was Ed who had been talking to me and actually being nice to me, and I mean I could spend probably about 12 hours of the day. I'd go around his house doing nothing. I'd be on the bed reading comics, he'd be animating, and then I'd leave. We hadn't said a word between us, either of us, and yet somehow that would have been a great time. If he wasn't at his computer animating, he would be out with a sketch pad and he would be drawing with them, even if we went out just to get pizza or something. Always kind of cogs turning, coming up with some kind of idea.
The thing about Ed was that he would always put his friends in his things. I think it was somewhere around 2004 where I really wanted to be a part of EddsWorld, whatever it was, EddsWorld, and Ed just made this like contract in MS Paint that was rubbish and was just like, you are joining EddsWorld, and if you ever leave, I will kill you. And I just signed it, and I've been a part of EddsWorld ever since.
EddsWorld, EddsWorld. Sorry, whose world is it? EddsWorld.
I mean, it begins with a young Edd Gould watching the movie Wayne's World and going, Wayne's World, Edd's World, and that's just how the name comes about. And then it was just, you know, Ed was drawing like comics in primary school, but eventually EddsWorld became this animation, and it got kind of locked in with a group of characters that were his friends at the time. So that was me, his best friend Matt, this Norwegian guy called Tord, who he knew online, and Edd.
With Tom, both angry and rude. Maybe it's his smarts, maybe it's the dude. One thing's for certain, he doesn't make sense. Half the time it's gibberish, the other half's in googly blintz.
What?
And then the show kind of just went on for about 5 years until Tord kind of left because he didn't want to be in the show anymore. Just because I think he just basically found the fans just too much.
I can't believe Tord is leaving. Goodbye. Good luck.
Good riddance.
Now that Tord's gone, how can we continue? Should we start the next episode now? Yeah, okay.
And Matt,
Purple hoodie, also green overcoat.
no one likes him as much as himself. He's got a formidable chin, though he doesn't know that word, cause he's got the intelligence of the kitchen shelf.
Hey!
Edd was the reason I even started animating, because like I said, I love drawing. And when I went to secondary school and I met Edd, we'd basically take a sketchpad and draw for hours, and then he introduced me to the animation programs.
Edd,
Green hoodie.
usually the leader, probably the first of them all to poke fun. He's the artist, he loves cola, and he's always trying to make a pun. Probably due to his linguistic education.
That's terrible.
EddsWorld.
EddsWorld is a show about a few friends getting into situations and horrible things happening, but ultimately it's a good laugh, I hope.
So, yeah, stay tuned for that.
I think a common word you can associate with EddsWorld is charm. The show oozes charm. To begin with, the show was pretty much 3 or 4 friends go on an adventure somewhere, and there's just this kind of quite sweet, quite harmless, but very silly and goofy nature to it.
My little brother is so invested in it and thinks it's hilarious, and at first I didn't get it, and then he pulled me aside. I was like, Mandy, well, you see, there's this guy who has no eyes, and he's sarcastic and shouty, and then there's Edd, who likes his puns, and he taught me through it, and it's kind of fun to see how a whole new generation is appreciating this animation.
The characters weren't very defined. It was basically Edd and his friends. But as the show matured, the characters started to learn who they are, and they were better defined, and more traits started to shine through.
We need to think of a way of opening this gate. I suggest throwing Tom at it.
Sounds good to me.
Throw Tom!
I hate you all so much.
Edd was a very bad animator, in my opinion. But I wouldn't say like bad in general. It's just that he was very, that'll do, that'll be finished, that'll be good and everything.
He was a massive workaholic. He would finish a project and wouldn't even think about when the best time to upload it would be. He would just upload it, and that same day be working on the next thing. It was crazy. He was just such a creative workaholic, and he didn't care about the business or the numbers. He just wanted to make stuff.
Okay, to make this work, we're gonna have to split up, because you guys are lame. Matt, make us some special effects. Edd, you find props. I'll write the script, and Shu, you can find us a star.
And who exactly put you in charge? You said it, Shu.
Those moments where every time you do a slightly longer animation, you'd see the frames get cleaner and the characters would get crisper. It just got a little bit better and a little bit better, and you could see this evolution from the first time. And the main reason was like you could see the characters got eyes for some reason, then they got ears, and that was like a small kind of addition to him evolving, as the characters started to actually literally evolve as his animations did.
Okay, Edd, so what have we got for the next movie?
Well, I was doing some character sketches, and this is what I got so far.
No, that's not gonna do. We need approval of the artistic community.
Well, I don't know.
Add more angst.
I think Edd lived and breathed cartoons. Like every opportunity he got, he would be watching cartoons, I'm sure. Like I know he's an outspoken fan of The Simpsons and Futurama and Family Guy and Adventure Time, and so I think he just pulled every bit of inspiration he had into the show.
Well, well, well.
Eduardo.
So you used to draw a lot of the in-between frames on EddsWorld, right? So at some point you would have drawn me. Can you draw me, my character, the evil director, in Edd's style?
I'll try to remember that. Let's give it a go. The thing has a lot of curvy lines with his wavy hair. Well, he
Hair
did
used to be
do.
a lot bigger.
Bing has this big, huge face like a thumb, you see, and these big, flicky sideburns like he did in that Pokemon thing, and then big old chops, big old these bits on your face. They go way out like this in EddsWorld. You get like half eyes because you're really angry and evil, so that means you get a line under it because it looks like evil. The EddsWorld lines, they don't really follow conventional lines. You can literally go over the lines that you're not meant to go over because Edd was messy like that. He didn't have clean lines at all. There's your weird shirt. Angry fists. Just you doing that. And obviously, what he would have done is that.
You know how many monkeys I had to tape together to make that monster? Many!
And as the animations got better, I guess the fan base grew as well. I mean, they got funnier. He was able to actually make them longer because he was able to draw faster and churn them out more. It was weird just watching my friend just get all these views and be that popular. It was funny looking at it, really.
Mr. President! The Space Cats are back! We need to get you to safety.
Good enough. That was brilliant!
I like the parts with me best.
I am so awesome.
For Flash animators starting out, the only real viable places you can put your cartoons will be websites like Sheezy Art or Newgrounds.
And there's such a community online as well through Newgrounds and YouTube that everyone's willing to just kind of get together and have a go and try something new and be creative. So it's like a strange, it's like the new nuclear family, I guess.
And Newgrounds being a particularly popular one. And I think Edd gathered a lot of audience there, but then YouTube became a place where you could put your files. So there's means to export your cartoons into video files, upload them onto YouTube, and then Edd just boomed.
That was close. Now where was I? Oh yeah, and that... Now we sit back, relax, and wait for the fame.
When YouTube came along and suddenly, you know, it started looking more like TV. So we started treating it more like TV and we started making everything original content. So, you know, we could monetize it. And so we were suddenly taking it kind of more seriously and actually putting more thought into it.
I sure hope everyone else likes it as much as we do.
Yeah, but even if they don't, it's not the end of the world.
That's when I think the show got successful, so around about kind of 2008.
He came up with a cartoon that was basically him and his friends go on adventures. Something that you probably couldn't pitch to a TV show ever because they'll be saying, well, what else is there? That's all it was. Yet it just got such huge acclaim, such huge fan base, and Edd at such a young age, gathering that size of an audience that quickly from doing what he loved to do is phenomenal for anyone. Currently the channel's got over 600,000 subscribers. Each video has like 1 to 4 million hits a piece.
Well, a lot of random things have come about from EddsWorld, such as the BBC asking us if we wanted a show and stuff. And one of them was our involvement in this climate change awareness initiative.
The pair were asked to make a video for the opening ceremony of next week's Copenhagen Climate Conference. Crispin Rolfe has been watching EddsWorld.
EddsWorld, a cartoon communicating with the masses. From his bedroom in Lincoln, Edd Gould is helping to shape the views of the next generation on the controversial issue of climate change.
A lot of the people on YouTube don't really think it's the real deal, and so hopefully this kind of makes them want do a double check and have a look into it themselves.
Holy hot dog on a toaster! It's a giant wave! Hello? Yeah, it's me. Look, I might not be around much longer, so I thought I'd better call. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, with extra anchovies, please.
Whenever Edd would be approached by TV people, he'd kind of blow it. One company, when asking about like doing a show for them, they asked him, what efforts are you currently making to monetize, to make money off the show? And he just replied with, what does monetize mean? Just Google it. And so that line went dead.
The animation I made for Mitchell & Webb with the BBC is now available to watch on BBC Comedy Extra, available worldwide. And whilst I'm making this update video, here's some stuff I've made that you may have missed. There was this dinosaur ident I made for class, which you may like. and me and Tom made an Astor-style viral ad for the Marmite Hate Party. Yay!
Well, here we have a trophy made for me by Marmite. Back ages ago, I think like 2009, something mad like that. Marmite approached us to do an advert for them, and we got £100 to do it. And the video has like 10 million views now, so it's by far the cheapest viral video campaign that's ever existed. But yeah, I think Marmite eventually felt bad that they had paid us so little, so they made me and Ed trophies to thank us for making this episode, which was actually really nice.
Honey, I'm home. Marmite, what are you doing?
I'm sleeping with your wife, John.
Yeah. You are.
That's a big EddsWorld banner.
It is, and it falls over a lot. It's
Yeah.
quite rubbish. Not one of Ed's best purchases. I bring that to, to conventions and stuff, and it helps to be like, look, EddsWorld, that thing that's still a thing. And people come up and they say, hey, where did Todd go?
What is that?
Hundreds of books, 1,000 posters.
Hello, Ed.
Hello, Bing.
How's it going?
Good.
Come come in. Tom on his amazing new man truck.
Yes. 750 EddsWorld posters, 100 EddsWorld books, 100 Astor books, and
75 Astor posters. So we're gonna sell like one of each, right?
yeah, that's the plan.
Hey, Bing, you should be on the camera.
I don't really have anything poignant to say right now.
What makes you think we do?
We're on our way to the expo. Ta-da!
Hello YouTube, I'm Tom from EddsWorld, this is Ed, and this is Matt.
I'm Ed, I make EddsWorld. It's pretty swell.
And Ed, why are you here?
Because I am ill.
How ill are you, Ed?
Pretty damn ill.
What do you have, Ed?
Acute lymphoblastic leukemia. I'm gonna be away from a computer for a while, so work on comics and animations. It's probably pretty slack because of the gravity of this illness.
Yes.
Ed had already supposedly beaten his cancer into remission a few years before it came back, just before we got to university, in fact. He'd actually been in remission. But during his third year, in February, he started having nosebleeds again, and it came back. Doctor said that it was back and a little stronger than it was before.
Hello, Edheads. I hope you enjoyed that quick short. The next big animation is going to be a while because I'm still busy battling cancer, and I'll have a bone marrow transplant coming up in a few weeks. But at the end of this video, there will be a quick preview of the next episode. Also, in the Shark Robot store, there are some new t-shirts, such as this one, that one, this one, and that one. Thanks, Tom.
And it was worse because he kept getting this infection, which he just couldn't shake. And the infection was the only thing really stopping him, I think, from moving on with the treatment. And we were just thinking, well, he's shaking it this time, and he kept coming back, and I think we were all very just fed up. It's just waiting for this infection to go. And when I actually heard that it was the infection that got him, it was horrible.
So I woke up one morning to my phone ringing, and it was Ed's mum calling. My heart kind of immediately sank, but I answered the phone, and she just told me, we lost Ed last night, and that was intense and horrible because it kind of came out of nowhere. Ed's cancer was bad, and it wasn't so much getting worse, but they were running out of options. But it was never just like, oh, I could be dead any minute. But he just kind of went from stable to gone in the space of hours.
So, sleep well last night?
No. Within a few hours, my house had turned into this kind of central network of grief where everyone, like Matt came over, and we were calling everyone that Ed knew so that his mum wouldn't have to let them know that he had passed away.
So we spent a couple of hours phoning, texting, any means of communication we could to make sure people knew before we would have to basically let the world know. And by world we mean the fan base, which at this point was at a point where it was really growing.
The first job was to let everyone in the real world know, the second job was to let the internet know, and then the third job was to deal with it myself, but I never really got to there. I just kind of focused on telling people.
He was a great man. He was funny. He was determined. He did all this EddsWorld stuff for the fans, for us.
You inspired us and you made us laugh, you know, for hours on end.
His videos touched my heart.
An awesome man with awesome creating skills.
He inspired me to make movies.
He was like my hero, kind of. I mean, he's the one who inspired me to draw.
His videos were the first I ever watched on YouTube.
He may have been one of the coolest, most polite and helpful people I've ever met.
He was a huge inspiration for me, my favorite animator of all time.
After all the business of kind of announcing Ed's death and that, we had to think, you know, oh, well, what are we going to do with the show? How are we going to keep it going? And that's when, you know, I kind of had this idea to do an Indiegogo, a crowdfunding campaign. Hey Edheads, Tom here. You might know me better like this. Around 15 years ago, a little boy named Edd Gould started drawing comics about his playground friends, and inspired by... So we started up this big campaign, and it was amazing, and like within like a day we had just thousands of pounds, and within like a couple of weeks we met the goal. And then it went over, and it was just mad to see so many people come out in support of us and in support of Edd, to see, you know, Ed's legacy and kind of what he'd left behind. I feel like he inspired a lot more artists, he inspired a lot of people, he inspired more creativity and positivity in the world.
The idea being that the fans will support the show, and any profit the show makes goes entirely to charity. So all that money is just going to running the show, to pay the animators to work full time to get the shows animated, to pay the voice cast and producers a wage because people need to live. It's really just become this huge charity drive, not just towards cancer research, but assisting young adults who are suffering from cancer.
Oh, that's it. That's cool.
That's fun. I'm so happy that they can give you big novelty checks. That really does happen in real life. I just went into the bank and I said, do you have any really big novelty checks? And the woman just under the counter just went, yes. Why has she got them under the counter? How often does this happen? How often do people need to give away novelty checks?
If you're below a certain age, you get, you know, an extra amount of care. When you're over a certain age, you get an extra amount of care. But when you're in that middle ground, when you're around Ed's age, which was like in his very early 20s, there's little support for you. He had to pay like £50 a day just to have a TV in his hospital room. He had no Wi-Fi, he had no computer games, all he had was newspapers. So this charity is towards funding more things that help out more young adults suffering from cancer.
You know, if we'd been doing this cartoon 20 years ago and the creator, Ed, had died, we'd all just be running around like headless chickens. But because it's now and we're on the internet and we can communicate with other passionate and creative people and collaborate with them. So the process of EddsWorld used to be, Ed would say, oh, we're going to do a space episode now, and here are the guys on the sofa, and then they go to space. What happens in the next scene? The process now is, we still start with just like a word, Western, you know, aliens or something. With just one piece of paper, we'll write out everything that's going to happen in that episode, every like little kind of like plot point and jokes if we come up with them at the time, and then we'll write out a full script.
One day Tom turned to me and he was saying that he was struggling with this EddsWorld script because he was okay to come up with the ideas and the jokes, but what he had trouble with was getting the characters to talk to each other. And he sort of said, would I be interested in helping out? So it's gone from being one guy in his room with a couple of friends to being almost a studio-sized production crew.
Then we will take that script and we will voice it. So we'll go off and we'll record all the voices. Typically, it'll be Matt and Tim will record their lines, and then I'll just do everything else.
It was very scary and sort of trying to do him justice while not doing an impersonation and not just kind of mimicking the way his voice sounded, whilst at the same time kind of trying to every now and then think, what would Ed do? I know that's been Tom's predominant way of working on the show.
So this is one of Ed's, I think this is Ed's last sketchbook, one of his most recent ones. Wonderful, terrifying world. Look, what's that?
I don't know what that is.
What is Twibot Fartles? I don't approve when we're doing like new scripts and stuff. It's quite good to just like have a couple of these just open on the desk just to kind of and see if there's any visuals we can borrow, because that's, you know, obviously what Ed would have done and how he would have drawn a character or something.
Yeah.
You know, like what would Ed do is such a common phrase.
What would Ed do? He'd draw a giraffe with a space helmet on.
I mean, yes, he really, really would.
So we then take that rough soundscape and we hand that over to an animator. Well, once he animates something, we hand it over to the sound designer and the music composer, and then we have this big finished thing. It's been able to keep going because not only have we, you know, crowdfunded it through the internet with, you know, just all these amazing fans, but, you know, we've got people all over the world working on it.
Hi, my name is Todd Branton. I am a music composer for EddsWorld, and I come from Canada. I've been working on EddsWorld since last year. The first episode that I scored was the Space Phase Part 2 episode. Generally, it will take about a week to score. I think it's great being part of EddsWorld and being part of a small community because it's really cool having people come together to keep EddsWorld spinning.
So I guess you can't really interview everyone who's involved in EddsWorld, but a quick breakdown would be Joshua Palmer, Anthony Price, Tobias Nitz, and you've got Yoav Landau and Todd Bryanton who make music for the show. You know, Yoav is in Israel, Todd is in Canada. You've got Dan Pugsley who is the sound designer. You've just got a lot of people.
Guys, are we ready? Are we ready? Yeah, we're ready. Yeah. Are we ready? We're ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still working on like the first big actual full episode with Paul animating it, but he's like gone so mad with it. He's gone so attention to detail-y that it's taken so long to make.
This tablet actually belonged to Edd, but his mom pretty much gave it to me, and it came along with this arm thing. I don't know what's it called, but it allows me to move closer if I really have to and draw in detail. It's really helpful.
Yeah. So how did you first meet Edd?
Maybe in 2001, I think. We met randomly on Newgrounds. He just started practicing animation, and so did I. So he showed me his Stickman animations, and I showed him my Mario Sprite animations. And we started helping each other out because he knew things I didn't know about Flash, and I knew some things. And we started developing, and he started animating EddsWorld.
Yeah.
And I helped him out every once in a while.
So you were kind of his go-to assistant animator,
yeah,
and then you took over.
Pretty much.
So in the current setup, what would your role be?
Well, currently I'm lead animator and in-betweener, I guess. Yeah. I'm doing pretty much everything, even the backgrounds for this one. So this is a keyframe. This is one as well. And then you have to draw whatever it takes in between here just to make it move. Yeah, when I'm in-betweening, I'm just trying to draw it as fast as I can. So it doesn't matter if your lines are sticking out here, for example, because afterwards you just brush it away with the little imperfections. And later on you can select the lines and smooth it, but you'll make your lines a little bit more prettier than you originally drawn.
So what are your biggest influences?
Well, when I was a kid, I was reading a lot of French comics.
Things like Tintin and Asterix.
Yeah. I got Lupin the Third that I really love. That's an anime.
Yeah.
I got a production drawing up there from Dragon Ball. That's one of my favorite animes. Like the sketch before painting onto the cell.
Yeah.
Because these are hand-drawn and painted.
Yeah.
Every single drawing. Like what I'm doing digitally, they had to do it on paper and then paint it by hand. And there are 20 of those in like a second.
This is like my favorite comic book as well, so.
It looks so nice, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When you see this, you would think Edd would get his inspiration from this, but Edd was working on EddsWorld before this.
Yeah. So these were drawn for the Indiegogo campaign, these were rewards.
Yeah, everybody who donated over £300, I think, or maybe it was 500, they would get a drawing of themselves with EddsWorld characters. Because I think, oh, maybe 10 people will donate £300.
How many did you end up having to do?
Over 100.
So all these faces you've had to draw, they're the guys making EddsWorld happen.
Yeah, thanks to them, we can work on EddsWorld. And then there was another one, if you pay £500, you would get one of those drawings and you get to be in the show.
So this awesome Viking-looking dude is going to be in the next
Yeah,
EddsWorld.
he's going to be in the new zombie episodes. I can probably show it. So this guy in the hat here is a legacy donator. And now he's in EddsWorld.
If I had to give one piece of advice to anyone who is going to make stuff, it's just to accept that they are gonna suck really badly. EddsWorld is where it is now after a good 15 years of evolution.
And it started with just the most rubbish doodles in sketchbooks, and then the most rubbish stick animations, and then just a terrible cartoon. It's taken 15 years to get to something that I think could potentially be on, you know, television, and that's awesome, but, you know, it takes a while.
And for me, when it comes to YouTube, like, what I believe the meaning of life is personally is to create legacy, to create something that lives longer than you do. And it's quite a strange thing to understand that your videos that you upload to YouTube will be online longer than you are about. So you just got to make the most of this platform to inspire people and have a positive impact on the world as much as possible. And Edd has clearly done that. He's created great animations and ones that have made hundreds of millions of people happy. And even after his tragic passing of him, it's still continuing to do that. And I think the fact that his friends, including Tom, are helping keep that legacy alive, I just think it's fantastic.
So the plan with EddsWorld is to kind of go big and then go home. We want to give it like an amazing, awesome year where it looks as good as it ever has, and we've put out as many episodes as close together as we have before, and just make people really happy for a solid year, and then kind of simmer it down, slow it down. We never really plan on ending the show, but just we come back for awesome Christmas specials, you know, that kind of thing. We can't really make it forever, and we all want to go on to doing other awesome, cool things that we all kind of feel like we own a little more. But we really just want to give it an awesome, amazing year and have this kind of a tribute to, you know, our friend and the thing that we all created together, and the amazing fans that have rallied together in support of us and this show.
EddsWorld, EddsWorld. Sorry, whose world is it? EddsWorld.
So that was Tomska, and I hope this episode gave you a fantastic insight into the way that EddsWorld is made. It really is the perfect example of how the internet creates opportunities for collaboration like never before. In the next episode, I'm heading down to the South Coast to talk to the amazing, mind-bending Syriac, whose work looks a little bit like this. Make sure you're subscribed for that and every future episode, and I'll see you next time.